Well, thanks for staying with us. Well, the allergens, they have been packing a punch on us as we approach fall. It is the peak of allergy season, so still seeing those allergies within that high range as we head into the beginning of this next week. For today, we saw 11.5 as the count, which is within that high range. And now seeing those top allergens as ragweed, elm, and those grasses now entering the top allergens. Heading into Sunday, we're expecting the same as today, 11.5, jumping up to 11.8 heading into Monday, and then 11.4 heading into Tuesday. So continuing to take that antihistamine in the mornings definitely helps mitigate some of those symptoms. Taking a look at satellite and radar, not a whole lot going on across the state. Seeing some activity along the Red River just north of the Big Country, and then zooming in on MaxLive radar, we did see a few stray showers mostly in our northern counties, and still seeing that up in Knox County as of right now, and that will start to die off as we head into the overnight hours. But now seeing rain chances pop into the forecast, something that we desperately need. Heading into tomorrow, we're expecting a 20% chance of activity here in Abilene, and then higher in some of other parts across the Big Country. And then we'll see a brief break heading into Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday we'll see more rain chances, higher rain chances actually around 30 to 40%, and then dying off as we head into the weekend. Now, we don't have a specific timeline for those rain chances heading into the middle of this next week, but we do have a timeline heading into tomorrow. We're expecting some activity in the early morning hours to bring an outflow boundary that will kick off some storms as we head into the afternoon hour, as we see that daytime heating. So as early as 3 or 4 o'clock, we'll start to see some activity pop up in just the northeastern counties as well as out west, and then gradually building heading into the evening hours. 6 p.m. seeing a little bit of a line forming and starting to push through. We'll see some isolated cells, and these could become isolated supercells, so there are some risks that come with these storms. Continuing heading towards 7, impacting places such as the city of Abilene and some of our counties north of the I-20 corridor, and then that will continue heading towards 8:30, starting to break up, but seeing those isolated cells around this boundary. So really want to keep an eye on this activity, as they could potentially bring us gusty winds as well as some hail. So we'll talk about the parameters pretty quickly. So storm potential for tomorrow is a marginal risk for those strong to severe storms. Like I mentioned, those parameters: damaging winds, large hail, and then lightning within any of those storms that do form. Let's take a look at those Big Country severe hazards. So in terms of the tornado risk, it is low, but it is never zero, especially if we're expecting some potential for some isolated supercells, something that we'll be monitoring heading into tomorrow. In terms of that hail, we are within that low risk. $50 to golf ball sized hail is the potential for any storms that do fire off here in the Big Country. And then in terms of those winds, 60 to 70 mile per hour winds are expected in some of these storms as well. Now, in terms of our temperatures, into the beginning of fall, we're seeing above average. So heading into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, above average. Average is 88 now this time of year, jumping towards 99 degrees on the first day of fall, 98 for Tuesday. And then we see a cold front come in, bringing those temperatures below average, 86 for Wednesday, average on Thursday with 88 degrees, and then slowly creeping above average, but remaining within those cooler temperatures and away from those warmer temperatures, something that we're hoping to see continue. In terms of tomorrow morning, expecting a mild morning, 72 in town, 67 over in Eastland, and then current temperatures across the Big Country in the mix of the 80s as well as the 70s. Let's take a look at those current winds. A little bit of variability, but mostly out of the southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Abilene tonight, 72 degrees, mostly clear skies, but above average. And then tomorrow, 96 degrees with that 20% chance of activity, something that we will be monitoring all throughout tomorrow. 69 in the heartland tonight, and then tomorrow, 95 degrees. There have a 20% chance of activity for them as well. Let's take a look at this extended forecast. And for tomorrow, 96 degrees. The first day of fall, we're expecting 99, 97 heading into Tuesday, 86 for Wednesday, average on Thursday, and then 90 for football Friday.